Okay, welcome back. We are back to discussing Magic X with a few more examples. We're going to be, just kind of zipping through a few more of these so you can see it in action a couple more times. So for this first example, we've got x squared minus 14x minus 72. Again, the first thing I always try and do and identify is A, B, and C. And this one's a little tricky because A is 1, but that's okay. We can still work with that. Okay, so A is 1 and C is negative 72. 1 times negative 72 is negative 72. So there's our AC term in the top. And then B is negative 14 right here. Okay, now again, we're looking for factors of negative 72. That looks weird. That still looks weird. I don't like it. I'm so sorry. We're looking for factors of negative 72 that add up to negative 14. So I write negative 72 up here, and I start listing factors. Now 72 I know has a lot of factors, which is where this factor sheet can come in handy because it's a lot to kind of try and generate off the top of your head. But you'll see we've got 1 and 72, 2 and 36, 3 and 24, and so on. So I'm going to kind of shift this over here so I can kind of see it. Yep, that'll work. It's all these ones right here. 1, 72, 2, 36, 3, 24, 4, 18, 6, and 12. 5 doesn't go in there. And then 8 and 9, okay? So now I've got all those factors, but again, I've got a case where I've got a negative number for AC and a negative number for B. So if I come back over to that little cheat sheet we made in the other one, right down here at the bottom, right? I got a negative up top and a negative on the bottom, which means I want my big number to be the negative one and the smaller number to be the positive number, okay? So we'll keep these guys all positive, make these guys all negative. And then I just have to find the pair here that adds up to negative 14. And what's nice about adding these negative signs is I can see pretty quick, no, 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 oh, positive 4, minus 18, negative 14. So we end up with 4 and negative 18, okay? Now my next step then, if you'll remember, was I have to divide everything by A, but here, what's nice, A is 1. So if I divide this by 1, divide this by 1, they're already simplified. I don't really have to do anything. This is just 4, and this is just negative 18. Okay, a little cramped, but it still gets there. So now it's just put my numbers in parentheses, x plus the first number, x plus 4, times x plus the second number, negative 18. And that's that, okay? When A is 1, life gets a lot easier for us, okay? We'll see that in more even in our next video, okay? Good, pause if you need to, watch that one again. We're gonna move on to the next one. 10x squared minus 29x plus 10. Again, A is 10, B is negative 29, C is positive 10. A times C is 100. That's a fun one. And B, down here on the bottom, is negative 29. So now I need factors of 100 that add up to negative 29. What are my factors of 100? Factor sheet comes in to save the day again. 1, 100, 2, 50, 4, 25, 5, 20, and 10, 10, because 100 is perfect square. Hey, notice there's a square around 100, and 100 is a perfect square. That's interesting. I wonder if this factor sheet holds other secrets, like a square around 81 and a square around 64 and all the other perfect squares. It's a thing. We did it on purpose. You're welcome. If I look at this, again, positive number up top, negative number on the bottom. Oops, there it is. Positive number up top, negative number on the bottom. Both factors need to be negative. Okay, so negative, 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 and so on, so you don't have to hear me keep saying it. And now I'm looking at it, and I say, okay, negative 101, negative 52, negative 29. There it is right there. Negative 4, negative 25. Okay? Now, We then have to remember that step we always forget. Divide by A, divide by 10. Divide this one by 10, divide this one by 10. And I want to stress this, no decimals. I want to keep everything as a fraction, okay? So this is going to get a little crammed over here, if you'll pardon me, but negative 25 over 10 is going to simplify to negative 5 over 2. And negative 4 over 10 is going to simplify to negative 2 over 5. Okay? So, our parentheses, x plus the first number, x minus 2/5, times x plus the second number, x minus 5/2. And there it is. Last step, bring the denominator up front. So we end up with 5x minus 2 times 2x minus 5, okay? And that's it. Again, always check your answers, but I don't want to make this video any longer than we need to, so check it for me, if you will. Thank you so much. All right? Pause if you need to rewind. And then last but not least, we have one more example here, 2x squared plus 7x minus 15. Again, A is 2, C is negative 15, 2 times negative 15 is negative 30, okay? And then B is 7. So I'm looking for factors of negative 30 that add up to 7, okay? So negative 30, its factors are 1 and 30, 2 and 15, 3 and 10. I believe that's it. If I'm ever unsure, I can always check my factor sheet. Did I get it right? Oh, I forgot one, 5 and 6. Even the math teacher. All right, so we've got that. Again, top number's negative, bottom number's positive. When the top number's negative and the bottom number's positive, I want my bigger number to be positive and my smaller number to be negative. So negatives here. And then we add them. Negative 1 to 30, negative 29, negative 13. Oh, positive 29, positive 13, positive 7. That's what I'm looking for, okay? So here's the guy, and it doesn't matter what order you write it here. So negative 3, positive 10. Again, that order does not matter. I can flip-flop those however I want. Divide by A. A is 2. So I get 5 over here, and negative 3/2 just stays as negative 3/2. Okay, that one doesn't simplify. X plus negative 3/2, so x minus 3/2. And x plus 5. Okay, and then last step, bring the denominators up front if you have any. Obviously, we don't have to worry about this one, but again, here, 2x minus 3 times x plus 5, okay? All right, there's 3 more examples. Of course, please reach out to your teachers if you need to see anything else or have any more questions answered. I won't lie to you, this is one of the hardest things we do in this class all year. So I expect you to have some questions. Reach out to me, Ms. Wagner, Mr. Airdy, Mr. Cresswell, Ms. Zeller, Ms. Frisley. You guys have so many resources. Please use us, and we'll help you guys get through this. Enjoy it.